guys to Open Water. Yes, it is Christmas.
I'm excited. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
I forgot the song again. It's Christmas time and
Hollis Queens.
Mama's cooking fried candy yams and collard greens.
I think it's fried chicken.
Is it fried chicken and collard greens?
I don't know.
Like I said, don't revoke my black card, people. I'm sorry. I don't remember the lyrics to that song.
Welcome back to Open Water. It is Christmas time.
That was really good. I'm proud of you. That was really festive.
I am
She's the only festive one in the bunch today.
You guys have to see my house.
I mean, we all are. We're wearing hats.
I mean,
and a sweater.
I am playing up this role for everyone
It's called
watching. If you're watching, you're looking at us. Christmas out.
I am not playing up this role. This is me. This is me.
This is me. I am I. And this is Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa.
I love Christmas. It's so, I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like the magic of Christmas.
Is the
I
camera
sound
crooked? Like, it should be up a little bit that way.
I feel like it might be a little crooked. I don't know.
No, I think everything's crooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should move the camera a little bit.
No, the camera
I think it's
so
fine.
it would be in the camera. It's level.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
And sorry, guys. I just had to do that check. My bad.
Yeah. You guys don't feel the magic of Christmas around Christmas time?
No.
It actually makes me very sad that the magic of Christmas, you can only feel it during Christmas.
No, it's a feeling that we all create inside of us. You can feel this moment at any time in your life.
Like holidays, birthdays, I don't really ever get really too excited.
Birthdays.
I don't.
I love other people's birthdays. I don't really care about mine, but like everyone else's birthday, I'm like, it's your birthday!
I just think birthdays to me are a lot more special just because that's the day that you entered this world. Like your spirit entered this atmosphere for whatever reason it was entered. Now holidays, this is a made up thing for capitalism. In our reality, that's what Christmas is. It's a made up holiday to make people spend money when you should buy your loved ones gifts at any moment in life, which still not downplaying it. Christmas is still a beautiful time. It is. But I just personally I'm just like whatever. Which you guys should listen to this on Christmas because it's Christmas Day. You should be really happy right now. So yay, Christmas!
Christmas.
I love Christmas.
I mean, as you should.
I used to really get excited about it when I was a kid, but I don't know. As an adult, the only thing I really care about is looking at my tree and smelling it because it's like I get the real tree, so I like the way that it smells. And Falcon, you know, he likes to fuck with it, so that's always entertaining. But other than that, I'm like, I don't know.
I think I had a real tree as like an adult like 3 times. And when me and Jessica first got together, she was like, we're going to have a real Christmas tree for 5 years. And I'm like, you really think I'm going to be around for 5 years? But then...
You married, bitch. You stuck forever.
But then like 3 Christmases in, she couldn't help but get a fake tree. And so now we have...
How many?
Are we talking about like... Okay, so we have like a 6.5 foot tree. We have a 4 foot tree. I have these 2... I have 2 more.
I'm about to say there's 2 more out there.
And then I still have one that's in a box.
That's disgusting.
I actually wanted to put a Christmas tree in the bathroom downstairs.
What
Jessica literally, I remember.
Big enough.
Right.
That was the first thing like Jessica said whenever we walked in the beginning of December. She was like, "You wanna see my bathroom? My Christmas bathroom?" And I'm like, y'all are disgusting. Y'all, they went all out. I wish y'all could see their house.
It's actually like not where we want it to be, like ever. We're always adding more things and something just isn't right.
Oh my god, that's crazy. It's Christmas time now, so it's perfect. The house looks beautiful, okay?
Thank you.
It's always gorgeous. Even though technically this is only 2 days before Christmas, but it doesn't matter. You guys don't know that. Now you do. Cool. I ain't with this bitch on Christmas. I'm joking. I love you.
I mean, you could be.
I mean, I probably might be at some point. Just stop by here just because I was cooking. I'm gonna eat that
Come
good
to your house for
food.
Christmas once, or is that Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Nasty's
What's
house
it?
is everybody
Not
come
even
over
Christmas.
house.
And my
I don't know.
I don't know. That was the same year Johnny came with you. No, it was Christmas. You and your sister came for Christmas, yeah. And you were high as fuck. And Jessica's mom's like, this is like her third plate of food. And Jessica's like, Mom, she's high as shit.
Munchies.
I eat like a bitch.
But me, you, and your sister took a picture, and Jessica was like, all y'all look alike. And I'm like, no, we don't.
Okay, because Lizzie and Diana don't even look alike. So that...
Yes, but everyone says that me and Diana look alike.
You guys don't look alike.
We don't look alike.
I hate that people would see two short people and think they look alike. Even though Diana is 5'4", and you are 5 foot, what, 1?
5 even.
5 even? So it's like, y'all don't look nothing alike. But whatever.
We look exotic. They're similar.
Group them all together.
No, there was one day that we were at work and Diana had just finished talking to the table, but I didn't see this. So I came over because I didn't see like bev naps on the table, and I'm like, hey folks, have you like, can I get y'all started with anything to drink? And the guy was like, you already took our drink order. And I was like, no, I didn't. And then here comes Diana with the drinks. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like,
okay,
walks away.
Did you not have makeup on that day?
I had on a full face of makeup.
Was he a white man?
He was a white man.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Why do y'all always?
I had a white guy think that I was black once.
Oh.
Yeah, when he asked the essay to get his server. And
essay being server assistant.
Yeah,
yes,
everyone.
server assistant.
SA that way.
Oh yeah, because I
no, whenever I say it in public, people are like, "That is so rude." I'm like, "What do you mean an essay?" And they're like, because he's Hispanic. I'm like, no, server assistant, you racist motherfucker. Yeah. So sorry, continue yourself being called black.
Right. He told the essay, can you get my server? And the essay's like, do you know her name? He said, no, I just remember she was a nice African-American woman. So he went and got Sheena, and Sheena's looking at the table. She's like, that's not my table, that's Diana's table. And he's like, the essay just like dropped, his mouth dropped, and he's like, yo, he thinks you're black. And Thomas turned around and was like, what the fuck? Like, Thomas was genuinely pissed off.
That makes sense.
He was so mad, just staring at him, like just staring at the man. And I was like, yo,
it's crazy to me how they don't pay attention to anything.
No.
And not just like white people, but just like people in general.
In restaurants especially, I'm just like, how do you not know who your server is? I hate when they say, hey, can we get our check? And like, at GB, you had to like swipe in their card. You couldn't just click on any check and print it. So you would have to find that server, like, hey, your table wants your check. So I was like, hey, who's your server? I don't know, some blonde girl. Well, there's 5 blonde girls who work here.
I mean, even at Pi, like, you had to punch in a number. Like, even though like you punched in your number, you still couldn't access someone else's table. So, and me, because I'm a supervisor, like, I can access everyone else's table.
Yeah,
but like, I don't like to do that because I don't know if you have everything ring up on the table. So I'm like, who's your server? They're like, I don't know. Because, we have a lot of black guys with dreads. They'll be like, the black guy with dreads. Which one? We have 4.
So please help me, please. Because, whatever.
Like, is he tall, light-skinned, dark-skinned? African-American. And then they always whisper it.
I know.
He's black.
Just say he's black.
He's a black man.
Well, welcome back, guys. This was a good introduction. I'm Emily. If you're your first time here,
I'm Nashla.
Diana.
And I think this is probably the last time we say our names because you should know it by now.
All right.
And if you haven't, it's in the description, so you read it. You'll figure out who's Emily, Nashla, and Diana at some point. Just go back and watch the other episodes.
Exactly. So you can be all caught up.
Exactly. You're on that long drive probably. Listen to our podcast.
That long drive. You better not be. Who the fuck is going anywhere? Numbers are still going up.
Okay, yes, you're right. But sometimes you want to take a day trip to go by yourself somewhere and pop some podcasts on.
Well, people don't care.
They don't. The CDC at the beginning of this said, do not travel for Christmas. Y'all travel during Thanksgiving.
Pick in Atlanta.
When they said that over 1 million people travel for Thanksgiving, I was like...
That's wild to me.
Like, why would you do that?
I feel like traveling on the holidays traveling is stressful enough, and then to add a holiday on top of that, like, I think that I would curl up in a ball.
Also, pretty much, I should probably say the topic of this episode is going to be about Christmas or Christmas experiences, holiday experiences. Might as well keep it on theme, So have some fun. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
You know?
It's Christmas.
I think like the holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that, it gives people like a sense of normalcy if they can just act like shit's normal, even though shit's not normal.
This year,
Like-
especially, yeah.
Like from the shit I told you about the story that I read, like the people that threw the homecoming dance for those kids in Mississippi or Missouri or some shit.
I did not
yeah.
even talk about this.
So I did in I think one of the episodes, but basically they said that no, it's not one of the episodes. I did talk to you about this though.
Maybe
like
naturally.
Parents were like, "This is socialism." They didn't want to give the names of anyone there because they were trying to figure out like who was there so they could track it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "We're not giving up." The one mom was like, "We're not telling anyone. That's socialism." Blah blah blah. And the dad who organized it was like, "We want to give the kids a sense of normalcy or some shit." And it became a COVID super spreader. Like a whole bunch of cases popped up in the county. They had to close the school, go back to virtual learning,
Mm-hmm.
like all this
I mean,
shit.
it should be virtual learning.
And yeah, it was all just to give them a sense of normalcy. And I'm like,
We're in a pandemic.
there's
There is
nothing
nothing
normal about that. No
normal.
matter what you want, you might want life to be fucking normal, but it's not.
Because our
People are
government didn't
getting
handle
sick.
this.
People are getting sick. Some people will get sick easier
Although
than others.
we are very fortunate that hanging out with each other it's still pretty normal.
Because
But we're
we
also not being
don't-
stupid. Like
Yes.
if you're going out and about around a whole bunch of people, I'm not coming around you.
Exactly. Like my friend got her brother and sister-in-law got COVID from going to bars, and everyone like whenever they issued the curfew again, it was like 10 to 6 a.m. Everyone's like, so does COVID just not exist during the day? And it's like, no, during the day businesses have more control over like containing people being inside. But at night, y'all get drunk at these restaurants and all in each other's faces, spitting on each other, and then guess what? Boom, COVID spread. But during the day, restaurants are like 6 feet apart, wear your mask. But like when y'all start drinking, masks come off, y'all lose that shit, and boom, COVID spread everywhere because of restaurants. So thank you to everyone who went out to a restaurant, got wasted, and shout out to the bars in DC who decided just to stay open anyway and let the spread continue. Harry's.
I was about to
Thank
say
you.
Harry's.
Yeah, you know what's coming.
I hate
Slight
Harry's.
jab.
I hate Harry's.
If you're in the DMV area, in the restaurant industry especially, you know that Harry's was the spot. For me, it was back in my day.
Harry's was never my
What's
spot.
that?
Never
spot.
those spots. But for us people at the Gordon Bierce restaurant downtown, we would go there after every shift and just get our shots and beer and fucking chill on the patio.
The only thing that I did like about Harry's is that they had pictures.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. But other than that, like, I didn't like Harry's. It always felt dirty to me.
Oh, it's a very dirty
It
bar.
it looked dirty and it felt dirty.
It
And
is
never,
dirty.
and I never wanted to touch anything.
I will say though, those chicken tenders would be popping though. Like, especially because they serve food so late. I think that's why we liked Harry's so much. Because we would get off at 12:30 and their kitchen would still be fucking open and we'll get some food. Because Clyde's kitchen closes at 12, right?
No,
I have no idea.
They open till late.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went to Clyde's all the time.
But Clyde's also changed their happy hour. It's not food anymore. They had like it's just the raw bar, but they used to have like the burgers, the sandwich on there. Like they had a couple of things. Because Clyde was where I went after work. Clyde's and Rocket.
I mean, yeah, Rocket was.
I used to get fucked up at Clyde's when they had Johnny Walker Scotch for $10. Me and Christian would be like, just throwing back as shots. I'm like, we're fucking
I would
drinking
go to
Scotch.
Iron Horse. Iron Horse was my spot to go for everything.
I was at Iron Horse a few times. It was always dead when I went in there. And one of the last times I went in there, aside from like your guys' engagement thing, it was me, Christian, and Megan. And it was a Caps game. And Christian's like talking to this guy. And he's like, you're wearing a Caps jersey. He's like, why aren't you at the game? And he's like, I'm supposed to be at the game. My friend got us kicked out. His friend was so drunk. Basically got kicked out of Verizon Center twice. And then comes out of the bathroom at Iron Horse, walks up to this group of people, and he starts talking this shit. And Christian's like, hey, I think you want to get your buddy. Like, I think, because we were playing like paddleball or some shit like that. And he's like, hey, I think you want to get your man. And he just, boom, knocks out this man. Just punches this other guy. And another man came, the whole reason he saw the guy at the bar come out of the bathroom after his friend was like, you need to call the cops, is he just slammed my face into the wall. He slammed a random guy's face in the wall, walked out of the bathroom, punched another random guy in the face.
Oh, that's
like,
just being drunk.
Yes, and I was like, man, after that story you just told me of all this shit, like he had to convince them at the Verizon Center not to call the cops because he tackled the people selling the beer. He tackled like 2 different people and then punched someone else. Yeah, in there. I'm like, what the fuck?
How did he not go to jail for assault?
Exactly. He went to jail that night.
Oh, okay.
At Iron Horse, they called the cops. A bouncer tackled him to the ground, and then they called the cops.
I love
did
the
the
bouncers
cops
at
do
Iron
it?
Horse.
He convinced them not to, I guess. He convinced them not
I
to
love
go to
that.
You slammed someone's head into a wall.
He got kicked out. Well, no, at Iron Horse. This all happened at Iron
Oh,
Horse. Yeah.
he got kicked out for some. I missed that.
He got
whole
kicked
part
out of
the story.
Verizon Center.
I zoned
He
out
tackled
for sure.
he tackled and punched someone in Verizon Center. 2 different people.
So he did attack people.
He did attack people. Yeah.
Yes, so he should have been arrested.
Exactly.
Then.
And somehow his friend was like, "Please don't call the cops. I'll take him home. I'll take him out of here."
But the cops are supposed to be in the Verizon Center. Well, Capital One Arena.
Yeah,
Supposed to
I
be
don't
there.
really know, but I was like,
I know.
bro,
man.
you had a
Oh,
shitty ass
God.
night, and your friend just keeps
Oh,
making it
man.
worse. I would have been like, man, fuck you. Find your own way out of jail.
You know the only thing I really do miss about holiday season that I love about holiday season?
money?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
I miss it so much this year that we didn't get to get that. No, like, I mean, I'm happy I'll get to save your money, but those tips would be, those holiday parties,
Oh my god.
oh, that money was just like,
This is the time where we could stack and like
Oh,
buy shit and
yes.
live like good. Live the good life.
living the good life, man. Making $1,500 a week during holiday season was probably the best. I miss it. I miss it so much. That was the best time of my life. And I took it for
I miss
granted.
showing off all of my Christmas sweaters at work.
That's very true too. I used to love wearing Christmas sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only favorite part because that's the only time you'd have to wear a uniform. I was like, yes, I can wear something different.
Well,
Y'all-
because we were at the bar,
Y'all are
we,
different.
we wore regular clothes, and
Yeah.
I took that opportunity to expand my Christmas sweater collection. But now I have nowhere to wear them, and I think I just might wear them around the house.
I feel like you've already been doing that.
Make it wear them around the house.
That's
Make
what
little
I mean.
TikTok videos.
No, like
Oh,
I
just
wore
no fun?
no, not the sweaters, but like I wore like my shirts in the
Oh,
house,
yeah.
but not like my sweaters.
Oh yeah.
Only when I came to see you guys.
Fuck.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember your first Christmas?
My
Like,
earliest
in my life?
memory?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's hard because I smoked a lot of weed in my life. My memory is like kind of like shot. But if I really think back to my first Christmas that I actually remember, it was probably I think I was 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the first one that you can
I would
remember?
say 3 or 4.
I maybe 7. I don't remember. I do not remember 3, 4, 5. Nope.
No, I remember Kansas also. So
Don't
probably
remember.
2.
I don't remember any Christmases in Memphis. And I left Memphis when I was 5. Don't remember any of those. The earliest one I remember is when my mom got me an easy bake oven. I got my Game Boy, my easy bake oven. Like I was ecstatic. In a snow cone maker.
I got that for Christmas one year
Oh,
too.
that was like my but that was also the Christmas that my family from Memphis spent here. So like everyone brought gifts. Like everybody was a big Christmas. Like that's why I think I remember it so well. And my mom hosted it, so like we had cousins sleeping all over the house, people everywhere, and like
That sounds like a good time.
yeah. I mean, that's the only reason why I loved Christmas time. I think growing up was because that meant I got to go home to Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
and it meant I got to be around my family. Just like being with all your cousins is so much fun, and just like having fun and playing. My family's a game family, so all we do is play games like 24/7. We still are the family of Taboo, like Taboo and like Phase 10.
Yeah, you're all that. Let's play Taboo every
I've
time.
actually never
someone
played
wanna play
Taboo.
games. I honestly only played from your birthday. Maybe was my first time playing Taboo.
I never played Taboo.
Oh my god, I can't. I'm gonna break her virginity. We need to have a
Do
mini
you
game
have
night.
Taboo?
Of course I have Taboo.
Okay, well
What the
let's
hell?
have a game night.
I mean, let's have a game gathering.
It's just gonna be us. And
I mean,
Jessica.
yeah. I mean, I think we should invite Dar and B. They don't go anywhere either.
No, they can bring Benito.
Exactly. That'd be nice. What about you, Diana? Earliest memory? You said 3 or 4?
Between the ages of 2 and 4, because I remember like the Christmas tree, the way our house was in Kansas. I don't really remember details. I remember more details when we were living in Philly, and we moved there when I was 3. So that was probably the earliest. And I was like, I remember looking down the stairs and seeing all these presents like around the tree, and I'm like, Daddy, look at the present. And my dad's like, I don't see anything. I'm like, it's right there. How do you not see it? I don't
Open
see
your
anything. Just go
eyes.
to bed, and I was so frustrated. But yeah. And like in hindsight, I should have known because my dad was awake. Like he would fall asleep downstairs sometimes. And then when we moved to Maryland, it was like my mom, I guess, putting the gifts out, and she would go all out. Like she gave our dog the milk, ate the cookies. Like, and I remember waking up and hearing that like the milk, like being drank, and I'm like, the fuck is he? How is he drinking that milk? Because he was drinking. It was my dog, so like. And I was so confused. My mom was in the attic, like making noises like the reindeer was on the roof.
She
went all in for that.
I'm gonna let you go first and then go into my whole thing about that. Yeah.
My first like memory of Christmas, I want to say I was like 5 or 6 maybe.
Okay.
This is when my mom, I'm not sure if she was already married to my stepdad, but like they were together or something like that. But anyways, we were at his parents' house and they had like this big ass tree and all my cousins was there and it was like shit everywhere. Like everywhere. And I got the Power Rangers costume for Christmas.
That's a good present.
But then like when we went back home to Pennsylvania, my grandma told me that I couldn't wear the mask because we were gonna think that like we can beat stuff up. But we still ended up beating each other up even without the masks.
Yeah.
So like, but that is like the only gift that I can remember that year that I got.
Well, because you loved it so much, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was the Pink Ranger. My little brother was the Blue Ranger, and my older brother was the Red Ranger. So those were our costumes, and like that's what we wore, and then the second year I remember I felt let down because it wasn't as big as the one before, and I'm just like I had very high expectations for the next one. I had really high expectations about the following year because of the one before, because that's the first one that I can ever remember. And like it was cool, but like not everybody was there.
Yeah.
So I'm just
like where's everybody at?
Where is everybody? And then I don't ever remember spending or like having any other like Christmases, like for real. I remember when we were living in the shelter, we had one and like people came and like they gave us gifts because we were poor living in a shelter, which made me actually feel like a charity case. And I didn't like that feeling because they had asked us to write down a list of things that we wanted, and they got nothing that I asked for.
Yeah,
and so I'm a little bit confused.
I don't get why people do that. Like what
was the reason?
Like that's whenever I was in the church, like my church always did that. They always had a tree and people would bring in those things and you would pull one off and you would go get their present for them. Like, why would you not buy what you see what they want? So pull something that you can buy for them. Why?
Yeah.
Why
and I was a little bit confused, but I don't actually remember like how the events of that day went. And then when we ended up moving into, when we ended up moving into the house that we lived in for a little bit, my mom or my stepdad's sister got us a tree because she was like, you have kids, like you should be celebrating Christmas. And like she got us a tree. We didn't get much because my mom was a single parent, and it just so happened that every year around Christmas time, like she would have to use the money that she saved all year to pay for some shit. And Christmas was always kind of a letdown, especially after that first one that I had. It was always kind of a letdown. And now that I'm an adult and I'm able to buy things that either I want for myself or what I think other people would like. And my issue is that if I see something and it reminds me of somebody, I'm going to buy it. And everybody's like, stop doing that. I was like, I can't help myself. Because I know what it felt like. And I don't ever want anyone to feel like I wasn't thinking about them or like they weren't on my mind.
So I have like 2 things I want to say. So one, I hate the idea of Santa Claus, and I want to get into that later. And 2, my mom as an adult now, I told her, I was like, man, all I want for Christmas is money. That's all I want. And she was like, I wish I knew that. I would have never bought you all those presents. And I was like, in my mind, like,
you said that as an adult?
Yeah. Like, all I ever want is money. And my mom was like, I wish I would have saved money for you. Like, no matter not bought you presents. And I was like, now that as an adult, I'm like, yeah, you should have done that. But obviously as a kid, I'm like, no, I want all those presents. But look at all those presents that my mom worked her ass off and pretty much got herself into debt by using credit cards to buy us all this good stuff that is we don't even fucking use. And then most of the time, you don't use it after like what, 4 weeks. That's the thing. At the time, yes, it's all good and gravy, but like, I honestly don't think I will. Which is people won't agree with me on this one, but like, I didn't grow up believing in Santa. My mom pretty much kind of instilled in us that like, these presents are from like your families.
I don't know if I ever believed in Santa Claus.
I believe in Santa.
I didn't. But like the fact that your mom did all that, I think it's really cool to create some magical feeling around Christmas. But I hate that it is all about like kids thinking that this white man in our reality is coming down to give them gifts. When it's like, no, your parents are working really hard to provide this experience for you. And
Coca-Cola.
Christmas is supposed to really be about family and being thankful. You know, that's what the holidays, this whole holiday season is for, being thankful that you made another year on this earth, that you're surrounded by people that you love and care about. And like, but it's this whole not communist, capitalist, you know, creation just to make you spend money and get yourself into debt, and not like when you should, like, that money could be for that kid's education, or if they do want to start a business, they have money to, you know, there's a lot.
Like what we're taught.
It's so much.
Yeah. So I was at the grocery store and I saw Time had this book of like Santa and like the evolution of Santa or something like that. And I'm like looking through it and all I see are like white men. And I was like, I wonder if other countries celebrate Christmas. Mm-hmm. Like America celebrates Christmas. And if they do, is Santa Claus also a white man, or mm-hmm. is Santa Claus a reflection of
their society, their culture? Yeah. And is it?
I don't know. I didn't get the answer.
Oh, we should Google that.
What was the other thing I said?
Who has their phone on them? You have your phone on you, right? You should Google Santa's.
My fucking back is
killing me. Do you want children, right, Diana? Do you know? Do you think in your mind you will have kids? Like, is that in the future?
It's something that I want to do.
But you don't care if you don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you say it's Christmas, or say it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time, and you have a 4-year-old. Is your 4-year-old believing in Santa right now? In your mind, you're gonna teach them about Santa? Yes, no.
I'm thinking.
I know. I'm just trying to keep dialogue, honestly, for this podcast.
I've never really thought about.
So it says the depiction and deeds of Santa Claus differ from country to country. Some parts of the story stay the same.
Okay.
He's a kindly old man who brings toys, presents, and money to good children everywhere.
Okay, well I hope so. But it's so funny how I wonder if America created Santa Claus though. They had to have, right?
No, it came from a German story.
The evil one, the bad one?
Krampus?
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
I don't know if it was Krampus or
I'm thinking of The Office. Everyone who knows him of The Office, whenever Dwight he brings his German heritage, and it's like, he tells you if you're bad or good, but he's like a dirty.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Cause didn't they say that was blackface?
Yeah, they said that's blackface, and they took that episode down.
Yeah.
And that's one of the funniest episodes of that whole shitty 9th season. And they got rid of it off of Netflix because that's blackface. But we talked about that last time, so let's not bring it up on this Christmas
I feel like I have to watch this damn
Office. You do.
It's pretty fun.
I got a couple more days.
You do have a couple more days, so you better get on it. Which is the saddest thing about this year. I'm sorry, no, I'm joking. It's not the saddest thing. So much shit's happened this year. But The Office leaving Netflix is pretty painful.
Like, how am I gonna deal now?
That's my show I go to sleep to. That's the show that if I have nothing to watch, just put The Office on. I'm gonna laugh. Like, you're going to laugh. Michael's gonna do something to make you laugh.
That's Friends for me.
You're disgusting.
I don't care.
I know. You shouldn't. You can like Friends. I just hate Friends.
I like Friends.
I watch so many different shows.
I watch it.
You always find something new.
Phoebe and Joey are my favorite.
I'm watching Kiss Me First.
I've never heard of
it.
It's only one season. I think another one might be coming. It's like a video game mixed with reality crossover. It's like a virtual reality type shit. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think this guy's manipulating the people to kill themselves or kill the other people in the group. Yeah, it's another game. But, yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Okay.
Maybe I won't. We'll
I watch some dark shit.
You do. So the
holiday tradition, you know, Danielle's watching Christmas movies, but then I come and put on some really creepy shit.
Did you guys watch Jingle Jangle?
I did. I did. I liked it.
I think I might watch it on Christmas, to be honest, because it's a Christmas movie, so I might as well watch a Christmas movie on Christmas.
I've been watching Christmas movies since like
December started.
I
like a week before my birthday, like a week after my
watch
birthday.
movies. Damn.
I listen. The way that 2020 was set up, nothing was following the rules. So I said, "Fuck this." We put the Christmas tree up right after Thanksgiving, which we normally don't do.
Y'all went ham.
You guys always go early though.
Well, we normally do it December 1st. We start pulling out all of the decorations the day after Thanksgiving, but we had that tree up very early.
Yes, y'all did. Talk about y'all want to come over and decorate the tree. Excuse me.
I decorated myself, and I hate the way that it looked.
I know. I remember we FaceTimed. We were so upset. We're like, "Hey, don't like Jessica. You gonna help me with this tree?"
She never helps me, but I need, because she's fucking tall, I need her to get the shit up top.
Oh, that was so funny.
And the tree on the star, the star on the tree is like leaned over, and I just call it a drunk star.
I'm a little star, drunk and stout. Here is my pointy, here is my spout. Fill me up so I can lean all over.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't know why I was doing that.
I don't
I'm
know.
like you lean forward.
Yes, but
What was your worst Christmas ever? Do you have a worst Christmas?
Oh, I do.
Okay, go Nancy.
I was with my ex-girlfriend, and we spent the entire day sleeping, and then at 6 o'clock I woke up and I told her that I was gonna go hang out with my friend, and then I left for 3 days.
That's pretty great, actually.
I'm trying to think.
That was probably like my worst Christmas. We were also like, that relationship should have been over like a long time ago, and it wasn't. In that same month, maybe a couple days later, she had called me and told me that she was going to go out. And I was like, okay, well, I was planning on getting something to eat with my friend. So, like, whenever you are on your way home, let me know so I can meet you there. So, because I didn't have to key to get into the building, just to key to the door.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
And I'm like eating my food, and she's like blowing out my fucking phone. And she's like, where the fuck are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I told you I went to go get something to eat. And she's like, I'm on my way home. You said you was going to be home. And I'm like, I never said that. You said that you were going out. And I told you, let me know when you were on your way home so we can meet up together. And then we can go in the house together. And so, like, she's, like, yelling at me. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so over this. And then she was like, I don't need you to take care of me. I don't need you to pay my bills. I don't need you for shit. And I was like,
that's your word. All right.
It. And then I spent New Year's Eve somewhere else, and then like 2 days later, like I had already like moved all of my shit, and I stayed with my mom.
You go, girl.
I just couldn't do it. It was a very toxic relationship. But everyone, my mom kept telling me to like leave that relationship, and I was like, I can't. I haven't learned everything that I needed to learn from this relationship, even though I knew that relationship was over. I haven't learned everything. And when she said those 3 sentences, I was like, I have officially learned everything.
True. That's the best part about toxic relationships. You learn a lesson.
You have to. If not, then you're going to continue to go through the same shit.
Yeah, until you learn the lesson. I mean, sometimes you can learn lessons all over again. I'm trying to think of my worst Christmas. And I honestly would have to maybe be this year if I really think about it. So I've never cared about Christmas. I probably really stopped caring 2 years ago is when I really stopped caring. But before then I used to love just being around my family.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about Christmas, being with my family. But then I still love that aspect of being around my family, so that's probably why this year is the worst, because I won't be able to be around my whole family, and that's good. But I've never been the person to want to. I mean, I guess the only person I love giving a gift to was my mom. That's the only person I love, and I still love giving a gift to my mom because she deserves the world. But it's like, I think, and also the love language that I speak is like, I know it's receiving gifts, it's like, but you speak one, and mine's giving gifts. Like, I like to see little things, like you said, for people and buy it for them. I don't mind doing that for people, but I like to do that throughout the year. You know, and I mainly do it for birthdays. So I go all out for birthdays. Like, I like to make you feel special.
I love the gifts that you got me for my birthday. They're so cute.
Yeah.
I have it on display.
And that's me looking at your booty.
Ew. What's your worst Christmas?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe sometime in my teen years, I would get depressed around Christmas because I was thinking about my dad and shit. But I haven't had like, I don't know. They always start off good. Like when my parents were married, they'd always start off good, and then they were always end up fighting at some point in the day. So like that would be annoying, and that would suck. To say like I had a terrible Christmas or a bad Christmas, I don't think I ever had one.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because like that was one thing. Like even when we didn't have money, somehow my mom made it happen. Like the one Christmas, like she's like, we're not gonna be able to do anything. Like we had a tree that was like this big. It was the top of our fake tree. I drilled a hole into some wood, and I was like, this is our tree, and wrapped some lights around it. It was like a Charlie Brown tree. And my mom, that was when she went to fucking the restaurants, like all the local restaurants, and like made little centerpieces like this and shit, and made like $500 or something, and then paid for Christmas.
That's good.
Yeah.
I remember one Christmas, I guess like we were part of some organization or like group where they take like underprivileged kids, and they took us to Kmart and gave us $100 for like a shopping spree. And I'm like running around Kmart like a crazy person. I bought clothes. I bought a CD player. I bought some CDs.
That Walkman.
Some of y'all might be too young for that.
I hope not. I mean, if you are listening to this podcast and doing what a Walkman is, that's perfectly fine. But
look it up. Google it.
That was my life. Like that was
to start from cassettes to CD players.
I still have cassettes.
I have one cassette.
And I mean, I have records, cassettes, and all my CDs.
Shit that would just pull them.
No, I have one cassette that I found randomly when I was unpacking, and it's J-Lo's first album on the 6th.
That was a good album.
It's just a cassette. It has like the box isn't in there or anything like that.
That's the good one. I still have all my CDs, and that I will keep forever.
Boxes of fucking cassettes.
I remember making like mixtapes and like
Did you see my
like the CDs.
It was like maybe like it was a while ago, but I posted my Facebook memories on my story, and it was, you know on Facebook.
Oh yeah, it was like the CDs.
I was like, Emily is making CDs, making a mixed CD. That's what I put as my status, and I was like, yo, that was my life, like. For everybody, all my friends on my birthdays got a mix CD. They're like, these are all the songs that remind me of you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was always making the mix CDs for work and shit.
Yeah.
Now it's playlists.
Oh yeah, my playlist for everything. You can't mess with me. Can't mess with me.
Our playlist.
Well,
our playlist sucks.
I would say limited.
What playlist?
That pie.
Right now they use Pandora, and right now it's on Whitney Houston radio, and there was a Selena song that came on, and I thumbs it up, so now it just keeps playing Selena.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And I be singing my heart out.
As we should.
I love it.
Yes. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. This was a fun little just holiday episode. Talk about some Christmas memories. I hope you all had a great holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
have y'all ever traveled for Christmas?
What do you mean as in travel? Because I go to Memphis. I used to go to Memphis all the time.
Well, that counts as traveling.
Well, then yeah, I always travel for Christmas.
I went to Philly. It'd be like 2 hours.
Have you gone to like
a tropical thing Christmas?
Yeah.
No, never in my life. My family has always talked about doing it.
I don't remember the Christmas that I spent in Puerto Rico.
You guys want to go to Mexico?
I don't have a passport.
Let's go to Mexico in one day, guys, and go celebrate Christmas there.
I have to. You have to check the bag, and I have to be in the bag because I don't have a passport.
Yeah, we can sneak you
could
through.
fit in the bag.
Small enough.
I could probably fit in a suitcase.
You'd freeze to death, though.
Would I?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people like they.
So why do they put dogs?
Well, that's in the undercarriage, right?
That's not in the cargo. They don't put them in the cargo hold, do they?
No. Wait, they put them where they put the luggage underneath.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of animals
It's
go.
cold as shit. I know you can die. I know, or like a lot
I
of
think you
people.
run out of air.
No, it's not. Well, possibly because it's not pressurized. It might
Well,
not
so
be
my
pressurized
ex-girlfriend
as
used to
soon as
work
the cabin.
for at the airport where she would like take the bags out
Mhm.
of the shit. So they do put the dogs where
Yeah.
the suitcases are.
Yeah.
But if it's cold and you can die, why do they put dogs in there?
Maybe a
Good question.
long
Something I need to
flight.
look up.
She told me the story about wherever this plane was coming from. They like stacked the suitcases on top of like the dog crate, and it was like caving in. And all I could imagine was if you guys were any bit later than what they were, that dog probably would have like died.
Okay, let's end on
On
that.
that
No.
Merry Christmas.
And if that was me, I'm suing everybody.
As you should.
And I'm fighting everybody, and I'm going back to this where I came from, and I'm beating the fuck out of them.
But to piggyback off that though, and then we're trying to end this whenever you guys are listening, I think in the future, I would love if my future partner doesn't care much about holidays either, and we would just take a vacation during this time, just go be on a fucking resort on a beach.
What music festival will be going on right now? I guess.
A music festival.
Yeah, go see some music.
There are people coming to put a Christmas music festival on. You know, the western part of the world isn't that cold during winter. You know?
What's that Fire Festival Part 2?
I would love to go to like the mountains or like skiing for like a Christmas.
Like Aspen.
Yeah, I don't really like the snow that much.
I don't
I like
either.
snowboarding.
I don't either,
fun.
but I would love to have a white Christmas at some point in my life.
I guess since I've lived we've had white Christmas before.
But
When?
in recent years,
Not
it hasn't-
recent years,
it
but
hasn't
as a
snowed on.
child,
the weather's
yes.
throwing me off.
I don't remember this.
What, growing up in Virginia, we had white Christmas.
I don't remember this.
Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
when I lived in Maryland,
Yeah.
I remember the snow being like taller than I was.
Yeah,
Like,
junior year, we were out of school for 2.5
we were
weeks in
kids.
December.
Like
yeah.
98, it was like 90, between 95 and 98.
When I remember it snowing, I don't remember it being Christmas.
It wouldn't snow on Christmas. I think only once it's actually snowed on Christmas, but there's always been snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And that's a white Christmas because there's snow outside.
I don't consider that a white Christmas.
So you consider just snow falling a white
fresh
Christmas?
snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave your opinion in
White-
the comments. Is that a white Christmas?
Yeah, what do y'all
constitutes
consider a white Christmas? Because if you agree with nasty, say nasty. If you agree
It's
with
spelled
anything-
and it's spelled $NA$TY heart. The heart is silent, and it's a black heart. If
You need snow on the ground.
yeah. Well, yeah, that
And
would be a
it's
white
just-
Christmas.
and that's why there's snow on the ground, so it's a white Christmas.
Yeah, but you also know that snow on the ground, if it's not the same day, it's gray.
That's if it does that, if that happens. And on that note, our lights are starting to die.
They're
For the
dead.
video.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, they are dead. But at least we have the main light still going. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. We'll see you in the new year. Oh my God, next episode is the first day of 2021. Let's see if the world resets.